Hey guys, David Patrick Green, davidpatrickgreen.com, hackhollywood.com, actorpower.com. Got an awesome video topic for you guys today, and it is it time to change your agent, or is it time to change you? All right, let's get to it, guys. A lot of actors get agents and then they find nothing happens. It's like a lot of things in Actorville, right? You join the union, nothing changes. You get credits, nothing changes. You get an agent and nothing changes. And you're like, what's going on here? Okay, so let's imagine you have an agent and nothing has changed, okay? So you're thinking to yourself, well, I'll write it out for a while, but I don't want to say anything. I don't want to criticize the agent. I don't want to bother the agent, because when I've asked the agent what's going on in the past, they've said, you know what? Don't bother me. And you don't want to bother them. So you kind of don't do anything, and you sit back and you twiddle your thumbs and you wait and the phone doesn't ring. You don't get any auditions. And maybe if you do get an audition, it's for the wrong fit for you. It's not a fit at all for you. And you're not really happy. In fact, you're getting pretty miserable, and your friends are asking you, what's going on? You're not going out. I thought you just got an agent. Yeah, I did, right? I mean, I should be going out more. Why am I not going out more? My friends are going out more. Why am I not going out more? And you're going to go through this sort of cycle of disappointment, maybe frustration, and blame. And of course, you did everything right. You did what your actor friends told you. You did what they told you at the casting director workshop. You did what your acting teacher told you. You graduated, and then you got an agent, and now nothing's happened. So it must be somebody's fault, and it can't be yours, so it must be theirs. Okay? So then you approach your agent and you say, hey, should I be going out more? Whatever. And they're like, hey, we're doing the best we can. And they're not really happy to hear from you. And so you leave it alone, and it just festers, okay? It's like a sore that gets infected in the jungle, okay? And you have no cure. You have no way for it to dry out, and you don't have any medicine to get the infection to go away. So it just festers. It festers, it festers, it festers, and then it's kind of blowing up, okay? It's blowing up, but you're not blowing up to the agent. You're blowing up to your friends, to yourself, to anybody else, anyone who will listen. So you have to ask yourself, is it your agent or is it you? Well, I have some good news and I have some bad news. Do you want the bad news first? The bad news is it's you. It's not your agent, it's you. The good news is you can do something about it, okay? It's never too late to fix something that's broken, unless it's totally shattered. But this isn't shattered. This is just nothing's happening, right? It's just a car that won't start, okay? And so what you need to do is, first of all, get clear on what it is you actually want to accomplish, and get very clear about what it is you can do and the roles that you can play. Do some research on who's casting what, wherever you live. Who are the people that you need to meet? Who are the producers that make these things? You need to know everything about your business, okay? Your business meaning what it is you want to do, and you are the product, and how you're going to sell that product out on the marketplace. How are you going to help solve people's problems, okay? Because if you solve their problems, then they will pay you for it, okay? So when you do all that, then you approach your agent and you say, hey, not a lot has been happening, and I know I didn't bring this up with you when we started out, but I figure there's no time like the present. And it's kind of my fault that things haven't progressed, because I haven't been doing as much as I could myself. I haven't been reaching out to people. I haven't been reaching out to casting directors. I haven't been reaching out to producers and directors to make myself known. And I hadn't really thought too much about what it was that I can do best, the shows that I should be on, the movie dream, my dream movie role, and who are making these movies. And I haven't been connecting with those people. I haven't been going to events. I haven't been meeting the right people that will see what it is I have to offer and will respond positively to it. Okay, so I haven't been doing my job right, but I'm going to start, and here's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to visit these people. I'm going to let them see this awesome piece of tape on me playing the exact type of role I want to do. I'm going to start going to the right kind of events. Maybe it's post-production events, maybe it's production events, conferences. I'm going to get out there and really try and crank up the heat on my career. And all I want you to do, it's hardly anything, but when you see something that fits within these parameters, okay, I want to be the professional guy that wears a suit, that commands power, and he might even be a little bit scary. So he's a bit of a power player, professional kind of guy. Does that make sense to you? Does that speak to you? Sort of like a CIA agent, maybe an FBI agent, chief detective in the police force, maybe military guys, that kind of thing. That is my sweet spot, okay? And all I want you to do is contact these casting directors, and there's only 5 of them that I've come up with that are casting shows that have a lot of roles like that in them, and I think I would be a great fit for it. And I haven't met these people yet, so all I want you to do is get me in there one time for that type of role with these 5 people. And I'd like you to do that within the next 3 weeks. And that's really barely more than 1 a week. And I don't care how you do it. You can try online submissions, but I don't find that's very effective because they don't know who I am and they don't know what I can do. So I need you to pick up the phone and say, there's a role that just came up on your show and I have a client that would be perfect for it. You just have to see him. You've never met him before, but he is right on the money with this. And look, trust me, if it doesn't work out, I won't bother you with this person anymore, but please see him just this one time for this role, okay? Do we have a deal? Great. They're going to say yes or no. If they say no, then you'll just try it again until they say yes, because if you have the enthusiasm I do about what I'm capable of, then casting will believe it too, and they will become enthusiastic and they will be excited to see me. And then when I do my thing, they're going to go, wow, you did a great job, and they will be happy with you, they'll be happy with me, and hopefully I'll get hired because they will make the producers happy when they see someone that's a great fit for the role. So it's a win-win-win-win-win all around. Everybody's happy. But it takes somebody to deliver the news that I can play that role. And you are my agent. I could do it myself, but the way the industry works and the way people get caught up in things, as soon as an actor calls, their guard goes up. And I'm going to be working on these people, trust me. But I don't have the breakdowns, so you have the breakdowns. So when you see the right thing come up, you get on the phone, you get me in there, and I'm going to rock it, okay? That's all I want you to do. Get me in to see those 5 people, and then all you'll have to do after that is negotiate my paycheck. And then you can take your cut right off the top. That's it. Okay, so that is the conversation you want to have with your agent. Ideally, you have that conversation before you even get an agent. But since you didn't, and since things are stagnating, and you're not happy, and they're not happy because they're not making money, and they are submitting you even though you don't hear about it, and this is something I would put onto agents, they should let actors know what's going on and not just expect actors to trust that stuff is happening, because if they don't hear from you, then how do they know anything's happening? But I don't teach agents how to do their job. I could, but I don't. Maybe in the future. So that's really all you need to do is get them to do a really small thing, because they only make 10 to 15% of your money. So they should do 10 to 15% of the work and you do the rest. But if you give them that story, then if they are worth their salt at all, they're going to respond to you. They're going to go, wow, that sounds really good. It sounds like you're out there working really hard. And that's what I want to hear from my actors. I want to hear that my actors are out there working hard, trying to build up their careers. And I'll do my part the best that I can. And that's all we can all do, is the best that we can. But you probably have to get the agent to agree to that. And you have to say, look, this is all I want you to do, and this is how I want you to do it. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to submit me for everything on the planet. You don't have to throw my headshots all over town and try and make me stick like spaghetti to the wall. No, just 5 casting directors, this type of part for this type of show. That's it. Okay? They're either going to agree to it or they're not going to agree to it. If they don't agree to it, and, well, then you're kind of realize what kind of an agent you've got. Someone who's sort of set in their ways and who doesn't want to make waves, and who's probably going to stay at whatever level they're at now, if not declining, because if you aren't prepared to change and look for new ways of doing things, better ways, let's call it better ways. It doesn't have to be new ways, just better ways, like the ways that successful people do things. For instance, they should be modeling their behavior after the most successful people in their business, right? Doesn't that make sense? If they don't, then at that point, it's time to maybe find another agent, which is the second part of this little video, and that is, when is the best time to find an agent? Well, the best time to find an agent and how you find an agent is when you've already got one, okay? I have heard people say, oh, you should let your agent go before you find a new agent because that's polite or that's professional. And I don't know if that's professional, and I don't know if that's polite. All I know is you've got to do what's best for you. So what is the point? It's like if you have a job, do you leave that job and make sure you're completely unemployed with no income and become totally desperate before you find another job? No. Why would you do that? If you can still do your job functions properly, you do it up until you can. You don't want to sabotage your employer. You do the job to the best of your abilities, and you try and find a job that is more suited to what you want to do, right? Whether that's a higher level, if it's a different job altogether, whatever, you do your job, you have to make a living, and then you take the job that is more appropriate to what you want to do. And that's the exact same thing with an agent, okay? While you have this agent, you start getting more specific, because maybe you didn't do that, and maybe that's why things aren't working, or this agent wouldn't agree to do things the way we just discussed. So you find another agent and you discuss with them your plans and how you would like them to work, what you're going to be doing, what you expect them to do, and how it's going to work out great for both of you. And hopefully you find one that agrees to that. And when you do, then you say, well, I'm currently represented, but I had this discussion with my past agent and I couldn't convince them to do these things, and I just don't see how I can increase my career prospects if I don't get in front of people, and I can't just depend on electronic submissions, which they're getting 2,000 of a day for every role. How are they supposed to know to bring me in if somebody won't tell them that I'm the right person to bring in? So they wouldn't go for that, and I'm hoping that you will, and if you will, then I'm 100% going to be with you and support you, and hopefully we'll take this thing all the way to the top, okay? Because that's really what you're looking for, is someone that will agree to do things the way you propose, and they'll get it, right? If they are smart and they understand the principles of success, they will get that what you're talking about makes complete sense. Look at any other career path. Do you get the most jobs by submitting online to online job boards, or do you get them through people who are connected to the jobs that you want? Like, if you knew someone at the company that was hiring, would that not give you a better chance than just submitting online? And so if you could approach someone at that company and develop a relationship with them, and they get to know, like, and trust you, do you not think that they would go, I know this person who would be right for this job. I know we submitted, and they go, well, they don't have the right keywords in their resume. Well, forget the keywords. I know what kind of person this is, and they do a great job. You know, they're a great person. They have integrity. They're awesome. It's the exact same thing with acting, okay? If you get to know the people that are in a position to hire you, they don't care about the online submission. They're just like, yeah, see this person, okay? So whether it's a producer, a casting director, whoever is in charge of making decisions, if they know, like, and trust you, they will be more than happy to see you. And if they haven't seen you yet and you explain to them what you're right for, they're going to take your word for it and they'll give you a shot. And then, you know, it'll be whether you can do it or not. So that's what you should be looking for in an agent. And when you find that, then you politely say to the other agent, look, we tried. I'm really determined to do things a certain way, which is the way all really successful people do them. It's unfortunate we couldn't come to an agreement, but I wish you all of the best in your future. And I really thank you for your efforts. And I'm sorry that we didn't find the success that we both would have liked. And that's it. And then you go to your new agent, and now you've got someone who has agreed to what you want to do. And ideally, on top of what we just talked about, you would also say, look, we need to talk maybe once a week about what you have submitted me for, how you submitted me, what the results were, and let's see if we can improve on that. Okay, this is just exactly like the briefing product I have, that I actually sell a product on this, and it's basically how you talk about what you're trying to accomplish and how you're going to accomplish it, then you try it, and then after you make the effort, you do a debriefing, which is you talk about how the plan worked, did it work, and if not, why not, and what can you do to do better next time. And if it did work, great, then we're just going to repeat that. But if you keep having a briefing and a debriefing once a week about, okay, what are we doing this week? Okay, great. And then at the end of the week, okay, we did it. How did it go? What can we do to improve? Your improvements will go through the roof, okay? Because you're always focused on doing and then improving, doing and then improving. Okay, guys, so those are the basic two things about changing your agent. Is it them or is it you? And then if it is them, because you did change you, then how do you get the new one? And the way to get the new one is keep your old one. If you know, let them do what they do, and then go try and find someone who will mesh better with your goals and the way you want to do things, which should be based on the universal principles of success. Look at any successful people and ask yourself how they got there, and all of it is pretty much the same, okay? They acquired skills so they could do the job they want to do, and then they approached the industry, people in the industry, they got to know, like, and trust them, and they made connections. Now, they could have done that through an internship, they could have done that through, you know, having a weekly coffee with someone, they could have just applied face-to-face for a job, they could have done it online, who knows, but whatever even if you got lucky with an online submission and got that first job, you still have to keep working relationships with people if you want to keep going up the ladder, okay? You fluke into one job, great, but that's not going to keep you going further and further and further. So you have to focus on constantly improving and using that briefing and debriefing process for everything that you do will ensure that you continually improve and progress throughout whatever career it is you're going for. Okay, guys, that is it for now. I hope this was helpful. Please give me the love, give me the thumbsies, and help out your fellow actors and your friends and share this and subscribe to my channel, because I would love to make sure that you get all kinds of information like this as much as possible. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon.